I say, old boy, welcome back.
Welcome
to
back.
Assassin's Creed, Victorian England.
That's where we're going.
That's where we're going. We're off. All of us.
Here we go. We're diving in.
Put on your breeches and your other British clothes.
And grab your bollocks.
Grab your bollocks and your jam. Christopher Robin. It's about to get real British in here.
Yeah. Really British.
This is our favorite Assassin's Creed game.
This is the best one, in my opinion. It's not a popular opinion.
That's my favorite character.
Who is this?
That's Initiate.
No, we're Initiate.
She's the head of historical Abstergo research.
I mean, yeah, she's cool.
Yeah,
I like that haircut.
She's dope.
She's
I think she's hot on the trail.
Wow. Who saw that coming?
I did. Because I thought of it before I said it. Just kidding. I don't think before I speak.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, look,
not
it's
sure
the
about
bloody
that.
Isle of London. Look at that. Oh, look, we're in Boris Johnson's office.
This is what I'm most looking forward to about this playthrough, just so everyone knows, is you're just obnoxious.
Let's see what sort of have some oven baked chips, which are quite good.
Doesn't quite mean that they're bad. Like, in that case. Like, wouldn't that mean, like, they're not good?
This is Richard Dawkins' office. Where there is no God.
Now, I am eager to try this new kit.
Try this new kit.
That's me right now. Just like, fine.
Try this new loading screen.
Synchronizing with Helix.
Okay, I'll play as a Jacob and Evie Frye.
Yeah, that's the whole cool thing about this game, is that you play as 2 assassins instead of 1.
First of all, that doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole thing is you play as, like, your ancestor or whatever. Even if they're twins, they don't have the same memories. And you're only the progeny of one of them. Unless.
Oh no, Brendan.
I don't think that that's...
I don't...
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you're right, you're right.
We're like 2 minutes in, I've already invented some really disturbing...
Yeah, like, add that to your headcanon for Syndicate.
Because, like, I mean, I get the game I mean, the game design reasons as to why they would want to, give you the opportunity, like, 2 characters. This is like the first... I think this is the first time you could play as a female assassin.
I believe that to be true as well. Right? Because, like...
Yeah, I think so.
The only other female characters I can think of are, like, not...
Look at that bloody geezer!
And Stink River.
Yeah, the big stink.
The Thames.
The Thames.
Let's take a swim in the Thames.
I think I'd fancy you swim in the Thames. Just sound like a demented, what's his name?
What's his name? Jeff.
The Brotherhood.
Jeff. The one.
Martin Darwin.
Charles.
Boris.
But which reminds me, that's the other cool thing about these games that I like. Things that I like. This isn't going to be the things I hate
Here's
episode.
going to be the things that we hate.
This is the things that we like.
Top 50 reasons why Ubisoft is a bad, dumb.
No, stop it.
Reason number 1.
No. Cut it out. Things I like.
Okay, go ahead.
I like that there's, like, lots of historical little factoids and references. They're not really even facts, and they're kind of clumsy, but I like that they tried.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
neat.
like it gives a very convincing appearance of, the era that they're trying to portray.
Yeah, and, like, if nothing else, it reminds you, oh yeah, that person would have been walking around at this point in history. That's
Well,
something.
I mean, not these people. I mean, no one dressed like this at any point in history.
Yeah.
If you dress like this, I mean, even back then, it's like, that's so extra.
Yeah, I mean,
You look like a murderer. You look like some kind of like secret assassin character.
you're not exactly gonna blend in dressed like that. I mean, look at
No.
all these NPC characters. They're not dressed like that.
Like they're a little overly dapper.
I love it though. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
all that being said, I'm still so into it.
You know, it's like there's this book series called The Gentleman Bastards, and one of the interesting points. I'm not going to go into the whole damn book series, but it kind of reminds me of this. And part of it is that like they describe the main character as being like very generic looking.
Right.
And you read that for the first time, and you're like, no, I want a handsome hot boy, to follow. Everyone has that
We all have that baser.
thought.
Yeah.
Like I want, I want someone that could be played, that could be portrayed by Orlando Bloom, perhaps.
Everybody wants Orlando Bloom to play everybody.
But then you think about it, and you're like, actually, I mean, given that he's like a thief, it actually behooves him to look sort of, generic.
I guess that's kind of why
Helps
there's
them
the
blend it.
blending in mechanic.
Yeah. Whereas, like, I mean, all and like every single assassin is also like a runway model. They've got like a perfectly chiseled jaw, sharp features. They dress dapper as hell.
Yeah.
Like, there's
They make
not
it sexy.
like where is like there's not one single Uggo assassin.
I guess they really do kind of just want you to like go this way.
Yeah.
I was gonna go left, like no, fuck that. But no, this is really the way you gotta go.
I honestly think that of all the different games, I think Evie is my favorite assassin of any of these games.
Yeah, same.
And also, she has the same name as our cat.
That's right.
So,
Evie's an assassin.
I mean, we didn't do that on purpose.
No, we
Not
named
as
her like the
reference to Steam.
Pokemon. But
Yeah, but it's not spelled like the Pokemon. It's spelled like
It's spelled
her
like
name.
her name.
Yeah. So,
So what are you gonna do about that?
yeah.
How's that gonna go?
But yeah, I mean, I think this is both of our favorite Assassin's Creed game.
We just played our favorite Dark Souls game, which is not Dark Souls in name, it's Bloodborne, and that was fun.
Well, that's the whole reason they call it Soulsborne.
Yeah, I know.
You silly bitch.
I know. I'm very silly, and I'm the one on the controller, so this is gonna be a
You
very silly playthrough. Okay,
absolutely daft bastard.
you fool.
Oh, nothing but a daft bastard.
But yeah, I think that this is a good game, and this is gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna kill a lot of people.
Oh yeah, on Sarah's plan.
Yeah.
Didn't make that
I'm gonna sabotage everything.
Yeah.
Mess that shit up.
This is actually just Sarah sabotaging the channel.
nah.
It's all those little sabotage points. She's just turning these pranks,
Sabotage.
sabotaging the channel.
Just like rocking out.
Yeah.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Get him. Get him. Yeah. Dead.
Make the red man fall down.
They're like so clearly marked.
Yeah, this is like clearly like they knew Americans were going to be playing this, and they were like, well, red means British to them, so let's just,
Yeah. The red coats are coming.
yeah.
Let's just
Like-
make it super obvious.
Like, I mean, Evie and Jacob are both British as well, but,
But we're gonna ignore that.
the red coats are extra British, and that's why they're the bad guys,
Right. It only makes sense.
But also, this is the only game where the period accent doesn't bother me, because, I mean, granted,
Can I loot them?
I mean,
loot?
like, I don't know how historically accurate
Loot?
these accents are.
Damn it.
Probably if I had to guess, I would wager that their accents are closer to a modern English accent than they are, a sort of period accent of this time.
Yeah, it's not exactly accurate, but we still like it.
But one thing that always bothered me was these games They always do that. They always. And if you're wondering, this is like a tradition started by British theater, really, which is where whenever they would do a period piece, they would represent them as like with a British accent, basically. And so that's why they justify it in a lot of, period movies and games and whatever, that they can just have a British accent no matter what part of the world they're in, right? But I feel like that's so dumb, like what a missed opportunity. You know what I mean? Because for instance, Unity, which came out right before this, takes place during the French Revolution. You're in Paris. Everyone is French. Historically speaking, they'd be speaking French. If you want to dub the game, sure, that's fine. I'm not saying that, Altair should have been speaking, Farsi or Arabic or what language would they speak? Whatever.
Whatever. It's beside the point.
You know what I mean, right? And then have it be subtitled. Yeah, you want to have it dubbed, but then just give him the accent. What the hell? What did you do to that dude?
I knifed him.
Okay.
I have to eliminate one so I can get to the other.
Is Farsi what they speak in India? No, I feel dumb.
It's okay. We all have our blind spots, and mine is pretty huge.
No, it's not. Also known as Persian. Okay.
Well,
I don't know what they would have spoken back then, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. Why not give him a French accent in Unity?
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway,
it would have been nice.
And Ezio has an Italian accent, doesn't he? I feel like Altair sounded pretty
he
American.
does.
But everyone else sounds sort of, has a kind of Middle Eastern affect.
Uh-oh. He's on me. Get him.
This is the only game where, my point is, this is the only game where they just do a British accent and it makes sense because they're, it makes
Oh, he's dead.
somewhat. It makes sense somewhat just because
Cool.
that's the region of the world that they're in.
You suck.
But anyway,
Bastard.
what's your favorite
Ooh.
aspect of the Victorian period?
I just learned this neat
Mine's
little
the child
fact.
labor.
Oh yeah, the child labor, pretty rampant this time period.
It's in this game.
First 3 minutes of this game, they hit us with that.
Yeah. They're
Some kid got crushed.
Kids had jobs and they would get crushed.
All right.
And they would work 18 hours a day and stuff. It was crazy.
Terrible conditions, man. Big suck.
Just spinning the wheels for hours on end to get a chocolate.
Oh, I alerted 2 of them.
Whistle. That's okay. You could probably stab this guy.
Yeah, I could probably make the other guy mad, and then I'll have to jump out, and then I'll have to fight him. But who cares, right?
But you were gonna say
Jacob's style isn't stealth. That's Evie's thing.
You learned a fact.
Yeah, I learned a nice little fact. There's a lot of jobs that children could have in London.
Yeah.
And one of those jobs was called
that maneuver, by the way, just real quick, where he grabs them on either side of the head and what is that?
I don't know.
What is that doing to him?
I don't know. Maybe making him think about what he did.
What martial arts school teaches that? Grab him by both sides of the head and then kind of just pull his head down a little.
Pull him in and give him a kiss.
Make him nod.
Make him question his sexuality. That's the ultimate trick.
Yeah, he whispers a question in his ear. He's are you gay? And then he makes him nod. He's like, no!
I didn't mean it.
And it cuts his HP in half.
Woohoo. Woohoo, get over here.
But kids had jobs.
Yeah, kids had jobs, and one of those jobs, I think it was called a pure finder.
Oh, this.
Yeah. And if you don't know, pure refers to dog poop.
Yep.
And they used to sell it to tanners because dog poop apparently was good at cleaning and softening the leather.
Yeah, for books and stuff.
which is crazy disgusting. And they like did this with their hands for like 8 shillings or something.
8 shillings.
Maybe not even that many shillings.
What's the currency conversion on that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Speaking of blind spots, no idea.
Oh, I wish I had this piece of shit for 2 bobs and a quid.
All their money sounds made up.
2 bobs and a bop.
Half a farthing and 2 pig's teeth. I'll keep my family in meat and cheese for a week.
Oh, I guess I can like... Oh.
And like a week is a different time scale. Like it's a week is slang for like 5 minutes.
So every minute is like an hour.
Yeah. It's hell.
It's long and excruciating.
Listen, if you want to start, global industrial revolution, like you gotta pay a price. And that price in this case was the lives of children.
Yeah, and I mean, it is kind of like a messed up truth, but a lot of innovation came this time period, and a lot of it was done, at the expense of...
Like these kids in this time, like they wish that they were being cyberbullied.
Yeah.
That was the extent on Penguins. What's the Penguin game?
The Penguin game.
The Penguin game. Club Penguin.
Club Penguin, I forgot about that.
Yeah, or Roblox.
Roblox. But like, I mean, these kids...
What? She's like pointing at that broom like, look
Look
what I did.
I
Push
balanced it.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah. Welcome to the Victorian age, bitch.
Welcome to Victorian London. I'll knock over all your brooms.
That was a funny physics interaction.
I've never seen that before.
No.
I don't know if that's like... I'm a very brave assassin, I will have you know.
Push that kid over.
Yeah, fuck his broom. Get his
Dude,
brooms.
take all their brooms.
Yeah, that'll be my like side quest. Look! A broom!
Well, there's a ladder behind you.
Oh.
Right there.
What?
No. You want to fight for fucking fool, aren't you?
Yeah.
I like.
Did they shoot at me?
Yeah, dude, they got guns.
What the fuck?
Just get out of here. Just
Yeah,
locate.
whatever with that.
Locate Rupert Grant. Go kill
Rupert.
him.
Man, drop that broom.
Rupert.
What are you doing with that? Oh, Jesus. That is not what I wanted.
My favorite thing was when you're watching the
Rupert.
was it the like interview or whatever
No,
with the
stop it. Stop it.
like Victorian children in like the 70s.
It wasn't children, it was old ladies.
Well, I mean they were children.
They were once.
So there
they
you
were
go.
reminiscing about their youth in Victorian London.
Their
It
youth.
was very cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because I think it's interesting to like hear from someone, because you can learn from a book, right? And you can know what happened and be like, oh yeah, but somehow it just kind of, you feel detached from it.
Book.
That was pretty smooth, right?
Yeah, it was. I like how he kicked his. I like how he swept the leg.
Yeah, and that lady's just like, oh my god.
You got a
Jeez.
problem with that, Mr. Lawrence?
Oh, that's not a man I need to kill.
No, Sensei.
Yeah, here we go. It's kind of a nice little spot where I can do a jump.
I'm sorry, man.
But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to hear people's experiences.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
When they're like
the
talking
people
about.
that like to listen to us like to hear about our experiences.
No, they
and
don't. They hate us.
Yeah, they probably do. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool to hear like the lives that people have led.
It was interesting, like hearing them talk about like the thing about the typewriters or whatever. And she's like, I went, back when I was a girl, I went down the lane. I went down Victoria Lane and I saw the women there. They were typing on a typewriter. And I said, can I do what those women are doing? And they said, yes. And then I typed on the first typewriter.
And here it is, right here next to me. This is the typewriter I used to type on while I stared out the window all day long.
It's just like all of the things that, were novel back then.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I saw someone take a loaf of a thing and put it into their mouth and chew and swallow.
I was there when they invented food.
I was like, what is that? Whatever could that be? And they were like, this is food. I was like, nah, what? That's crazy.
What?
That's insane. Back in my day, we used to just eat stones, Just eat stones.
Okay, that's a bit of an
And
exaggeration.
caterpillars.
Oh, he was totally looking at me.
Oh, how the caterpillars would get upset when we would eat them.
Susan, that man was totally checking me out.
They would curse us.
It
Dude,
was
what
like,
the fuck are you doing?
I'm trying to get over there, dude, but I want to go up.
It's painful.
I want to get up. I gotta get it up, and a lot of people struggle with that.
Yeah, more and more.
More and more each day, I guess.
I remember the first time.
I'm not really even sure if being up here is advantageous to me.
Someone
In
opened
hindsight?
their mouth and they sucked in air, and I said, "What are you doing?" They said, "I'm breathing." And I was there for that.
Oh, Grandma.
Oh, Grandma.
All of
Always
the-
breathing.
All of the turn of the century inventions that you were around for.
I remember when they invented walking. I was there for that.
I remember the first time I saw a horse. Before that, we used to just ride hamsters.
Jeez, man. Hamsters? Really? That's what we're going with?
And if you were very wealthy, perhaps you could afford a guinea pig, but most households, they could only afford a few field mice.
Oh, dude, the other day I randomly walked by a pet store.
Yeah.
And I went in because they had this nice little Halloween display.
Did you see some guineas?
Yeah, I did actually. I saw guinea pigs. I saw rats.
Oh, an entry point. Ooh, an entry point.
Oh.
Ooh, assassinate him. Oh, go on, Sarah, and assassinate him.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
yes.
Why ever don't you just assassinate him?
All right, here we go. We're going in.
Oh, yes.
All right, he's dead. It's done.
Just as Churchill would have wanted.
Yes, yes. Just like he asked.
Dude, why is there not a World War II Assassin's Creed?
Yes.
That's the
I've
only
been asking
thing.
myself that question.
And I've seen the fan-made things, but that's the only thing that could trump, and maybe not even, but it depends. It depends on the execution.
Your
But could
grandmaster.
possibly trump, this era, of sort of Victorian setting.
I agree. In terms of interesting time periods to me, I think that World War II would be a very interesting.
World War II.
The war.
Yeah.
War squared.
No, it'd be dope. And you could instead of jumping down from the rafters to assassinate some poor working class bloke, you could be killing Hitler.
Yeah, we could assassinate Hitler.
You could go one by one. You could get all of the top brass.
Oh yeah, and you could infiltrate Nazi camps and stuff.
And get Goering and Himmler and Goebbels, and it could all be different missions.
And maybe there's people that don't want that. Maybe that's
I want that.
Still not. I don't know.
I want that because you could still. I mean, it wouldn't be a war game. You wouldn't pick up a rifle and whatever. There would be guns, absolutely. There'd probably be, the biggest selection of guns in any Assassin's Creed game. But it would behoove you in most situations to be stealthy. And still
it's
use
Assassin's Creed. You got to do a big sneak.
Yeah, you still got to use your hidden blade
Oh,
and
hello.
stuff. You could use. I mean, there's those trench cudgels or whatever.
Ugh, get off
you
this
could
train.
beat someone to death with a spade, with a trench spade, something like that.
Oh yes, there's all sorts of things you
Should
could
kick
do.
them down in front of the train so that they get run over by it.
Oh, how very nice.
Yeah.
What a nice thought to have.
Listen, I was raised on games like this. I'm desensitized.
I thought you were gonna say something like, "Listen, I was raised by wolves. I don't know what you expect from me."
No, I mean, seriously, like, I don't know. It's this whole like violence in video games argument or whatever. And the one thing that it does do is it does kind of. It doesn't. I don't think video games necessarily make you violent. I think you're just sort of, you know, like. You're probably as violent as you're going to be. I mean, maybe some people are, you know, easier to influence or whatever, one way or the other. But one thing that it absolutely does is it sort of like makes you kind of desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Like where you just see something, you're just like, oh yeah, I just see this dude stabbed in the throat 1,000 times and thrown off in front of a train, run over and turned to a bloody pulp.
Like, oh yeah, it's just
It's
another
like,
day.
Yeah, that's normal.
Just
Whatever.
another day in the life. Just.
I mean, in a video game, you know.
Yeah, if you see that in real life, your reaction will probably be like, "Whoa, holy shit,
Dude,
that's
have you
crazy."
Ever, like, but that's another thing that like you kind of appreciate it when you do see something like that in real life. Not that I really don't go out of my way to like look at stuff like this, but I did, for instance, happen to see a video one time of this kid who gets stabbed in the throat and
Oh,
just
God.
like he spurts blood and then just like falls over. And dude, it's so harrowing. Like,
yeah, it's way different.
yeah,
seeing
it's
something
so,
like that.
It's so not cool to see, you know, that actually happen to a person. And it, you know, and video games are only getting better. You know, in terms of, I mean, obviously, but like
Physics and realism and
yeah, I mean, it'll probably get to that point in, you know, a pretty short time scale, and you'll see things like that, and then you know, and I don't know, and then maybe it'd be less of a problem or whatever. Like everyone will just be so disaffected from, you know, all forms of violence or whatever, whether they're in a video game or in real life, and you know,
I'll
I'm not
just
trying
check
to
out and
yeah, well,
stop
just check
giving
out
a shit.
and kill people and just become immoral psychopaths. It'll be cool.
I'll do dances like this.
Yeah, this is what I would always do on the on the loading screens.
This is the custom of my people.
Yeah.
It's the best. Maybe if I do workouts like that, I'll get some gains, make some progress.
You get something.
I'll get something. Just like see me out of breath, just doing that in one spot for a long time.
You know, you probably like wreck your hips doing that though.
Yeah, maybe. I did dance though, so can't get any worse than that.
Yeah. I did not do dance.
You didn't?
No. So don't even ask me.
Oh, okay. You don't know how to do a magic dance.
No. I one time when I was alone in my apartment got drunk listening to German rap. And I think that's what it was.
I laugh, but like I like German
and-
rap. There's some good shit out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a good language for it, in my opinion.
I don't know what it is, but it really suits the rhythmic beat.
Yeah, sure. I like how he drops he's like so spooked that he's like, I'm just gonna drop this oil lantern on this wooden train.
Just drops it on the ground.
But yeah, and I danced for like the first time in my life. This is like 2 years ago too. It was not that long ago.
Nice.
And
You gotta start somewhere.
but I just generally, I mean, I really just don't feel like it. You know, I feel like a lot of people dance because they have the urge
You gotta feel
first. Yeah, like you feel it. And I feel like I don't inherently feel it, and it sort of, it almost makes me feel like I'm like missing out on something. Like the fact that I don't like football. You know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm fundamentally missing
Oh.
out on part of the human experience. And before you say anything, I mean domestic or international. I don't like either one of them. Here, drop down.
We're
There's
not
chest.
like a big sports ball kind of person.
No, yeah, we just do kind of. We're one person.
Well, I'm just mean to say neither of us are.
Neither of us.
We're just a couple of like
Oh,
talking
121
heads.
pounds.
Yeah, nice little goodie on the chest.
we don't use a face cam because we're actually just a hideous two-headed ogre.
We're just gonna keep like starting rumors.
Yeah.
You'll never know what we are. The nature of our being.
Meanwhile, there's like pictures of us that you post on the channel.
Yeah.
You've doxed me.
But those could be like any people, right?
Yeah, it could be AI generated.
I could just feed that into AI and be like, make a picture of Brennan and I, like.
They certainly weren't pictures that we took together at Meow Wolf in Denver
No.
that you just use for everything.
Yes, the only time I could get you to take pictures with me. You
I'm
asshole.
sorry. That's another thing I don't like.
You don't like your picture being taken.
Well, I grew up with a photographer.
So you were ruined.
Yeah. Just always having my picture taken.
That does make sense.
But I learned how to pose.
No, I'm not here. I'm not here.
That's one nice thing that came out of it. There's a chest in here.
The nice thing about this
Oh, kill him.
is that I'm not here.
This other thing that I love about Evie is that she fights with that cane.
It's so like,
cool and unique.
It gives me like Lucius Malfoy vibes, which love that.
It's like everyone is Dobby to you.
Yeah, the whole world is just a bunch of.
Come on, Dobby.
I just keep saying that the rest of the series.
Come along, Dobby. It's just like a spray of blood.
Throws Dobby under a train.
Don, have I talked about how much I love Jason Isaacs?
Yeah, you have.
I know, but
I don't think it can be understated.
We're playing a game on his home turf.
On his country.
Yeah. This country.
Smells like Jacob's cooking.
Smells like Brendan's cooking.
My cooking is
Your cooking
actually
smells good.
Yeah.
You cook well.
I'm making me sausage and peppers.
That should keep you busy while I head into your lab.
I was just talking about that, how I make a better sausage and peppers than most restaurants.
Not to pat yourself on the back or anything. I mean, geez.
I mean, I'm not saying it's the best in the world or whatever, but like of a mid-tier
you're kinda
Italian
saying,
place, I make a better. Not that it's necessarily that hard, but I just, The thing that I like to do is I like to put some pepper seeds in it for a little extra spice. You put that in the sauce.
Sprinkle them in.
Sarah didn't believe me that a lot of traditional Italian sauce recipes include carrots, which we still have not done, but I'm telling you, it's good.
Careful.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes it thicker. I don't.
But we're in England, so we should be talking about traditional British foods, like spotted dick.
Yeah.
Oh my amazing spotted dick.
Is fish and chips a British food?
Absolutely.
Because I feel like, and we've talked about this before, but when you went, you said you didn't get the best fish and chips in Britain.
I got good fish and chips. They were good fish and chips. We went to
like I've always wanted to have like the real deal.
I think I've told the story before, but we sister and I went to Stockholm and Copenhagen, and on the way we had a long layover at Heathrow. My plan was to get out, take the train to Paddington, and go and explore. And I wanted to go see the National Museum and stuff. So anyway, she had a terrible migraine. She threw up all over all the passengers on the plane. We were escorted off by the pilot. It was a whole international incident. You probably saw some in the news, but anyway,
Poor Caitlin. She's gonna be like, "Why are you telling people this?"
Yeah, she doesn't want to be outed, but I mean, her picture was already,
It's on the news.
Yeah, she's already on a no-fly list because of this whole incident.
We've already published it to all the papers.
But anyway, and we couldn't go far, but we did go to a pub, and I did get fish and chips. And then I got some at Nyhavn, which is like the most stereotypical like tourist place in Copenhagen. One of the restaurants on the dock there, and yeah, they were better. So, but it's no secret that that the British don't take food seriously.
You know what I think is like seriously cool?
And by the way, I mean, that being said, Scandinavians are not necessarily known for taking food seriously. I mean, most Norwegians just like pizza, just like we do. It's really not even.
I mean, once you've had pizza, like,
But it's really like it's the Mediterranean cultures, and this is why, by the way, Persian food is like my favorite cuisine because it's just. I mean, everything is just. It's excellent spice. I like the way that they do their bread. I like the rice. The long grain rices and the yogurts and the grilled meat and all of that is just that's excellent. Mediterranean food, that's also Mediterranean countries also take their food pretty seriously. Same could be said for France, which I guess is technically on the Mediterranean. Monaco, Portugal.
I think Mediterranean
Spain.
food is like
I'm just
top
naming
tier for me.
countries now. Oh, dude, nice. You like pinned him to that coal train.
I don't know how I did that, like physically
either.
speaking, but I'm not going to question it.
That reminds me, I used to be really into, speaking of, we're at a train yard in England, and it reminds me that
You like trains.
I used to be way into Thomas the Tank Engine, dude. Thomas the Tank? Get the fuck out of here.
All right, well, this has suddenly become a problem.
I liked the angry train with the claw thing on him.
I feel like we've also talked about this. Like, someone out there is like, these motherfuckers won't shut up about Thomas the Train.
Thomas the Train.
Thomas?
It wasn't Diesel. It was it's like the train with like a claw on it.
Oh, I could have killed those guys with the barrels.
But it was a lot of fun. I mean, like if you had those toy trains as a kid, Diesel 10 apparently is what it is. I had a toy of him. I thought he was the coolest. Because he had like this little crane. But if you know what I'm talking about, like those like, do you know what I'm talking about? The wooden train tracks. Because like these trains, they just had wheels, And,
yeah, I guess.
And they had like a little magnetic piece, so you could like link them together, so you could like make a train. So like Thomas, like he's an engine, right? So he's the front. But then you have like, you have like the cars, and then you have like a coal car, and a caboose, and all that whack shit.
A caboose.
But anyway, you could like you could take like the little wooden segments of train and put them together. It was a lot of fun. If you're autistic like me, but no, anyone can like trains. And I guess I kind of grew out of it really, but I loved them when I was a kid. I loved all that stuff, all miniature stuff really, Hot Wheels. Matchbox, which is English. Thomas. And I was very glad to see it so thoroughly referenced in the film. Was it Bullet Train?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I did really enjoy that movie. I wasn't expecting to, but
yeah, I mean,
it was very good.
My roommate just like put it on one night, and I was like, "What is this?" And I seriously, like, I wasn't even drinking or anything, but I was like just cracking up hysterically watching it when I saw it for the first time. Like I thought it was so damn funny and entertaining. More fun probably the first time through, but still, I mean, the whole thing was a good time. I still enjoy it. I rewatched it and I was like, no, this is still good. It's good film. I mean, it's just like, it's a good mix of like, oh wow.
They like really all came up here.
Yeah. And they're synchronized, which is frightening.
Doing a little dance.
Make a little love.
Something tonight.
Get down tonight.
Go ahead and die tonight. If you would, please.
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever tonight.
Oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. Excellent.
Yeah, you gotta rescue the magician.
This
hell?
fucking guy.
Oh, you had a smoke bomb.
Yeah.
But it's a good mix of like, it's actiony, but it doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hard to like tastefully
Yeah, it is.
make a
absolutely.
movie like that because there's definitely a balance of how much seriousness
And how silly you can
and how
get.
how freaking silly you can be.
Yeah.
A lot of movies mess that up.
Sometimes it definitely verged on that.
And I don't mind silly. Silly is fine.
Yeah. But it's just like when it gets so silly, it's like, all right,
Yeah, it's like you've lost me here.
yeah.
Untie me.
You got yourself
But
in.
yeah,
I
I
trust
mean,
you can get yourself out
Yeah,
again.
it was fantastic. I
I
really enjoyed that. That's one of the few modern films that I've really found entertaining.
Oh, and he's gone.
He's gone.
Just like we're about to be.
And that's a historical reference to David Blaine,
Wow.
modern street musician.
Wow, Brennan.
I don't know.
Nicely done.
Whatever.
But at any rate, thanks for joining us for our first episode of Assassin's Creed. This has been fun and a nice transition from our spooky October stuff.
Yeah,
That we did
this is a Thanksgiving
before.
game. We've decided.
Yeah, I suppose. And yeah, we'll see you back here again tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Catch you on the flip.
Goodbye.